This man was buried face down with a noose around his neck, and no one knows why. Some ancient humans are so well preserved they reveal chilling secrets, from tattoos, rituals, to even signs of murder. Today we're counting down 5 of the strangest prehistoric humans ever discovered, and one of the strangest and best preserved examples of this is Tollund Man. To find this Tollund Man, we have to travel all the way to Denmark. This unfortunate person was discovered in 1950 buried in a peat bog. The acidity in the peat bog helped keep his skin soft and body so well preserved that even his facial features were intact. When the local farmer first uncovered him, he thought he had found a recent murder victim, but Tollund Man was no recent casualty. He had lived and died over 2,400 years ago in the early Iron Age. What makes Tollund Man's story so tragic was the chilling details of his death. His body was found curled in a fetal position, with a leather noose fastened tightly around his neck, clear evidence that he died by hanging. Yet there is no sign of struggle or trauma beyond this, suggesting a calm, deliberate death. This has led researchers to believe Tollund Man was likely a ritual sacrifice, deliberately offered to the gods, rather than a criminal or victim of violence. Peat bogs like the one that held him were considered sacred liminal spaces, neither fully land nor water, where offerings were made to appease spirits or seek protection. But why Tollund Man? While we can't know for sure, many experts believe he was chosen as an offering to appease the gods, perhaps to ensure good harvests or protect his community during difficult times. He may have been seen as particularly healthy or important, making him a worthy sacrifice. Others suggest sacrifices like Tollund Man reinforced social or religious order, showing the power of leaders or spiritual figures. But whatever the reason, it's clear his death was deliberate and deeply tied to the beliefs and rituals of his people. Tollund Man's body was preserved by the unique environment of the peat bog, a cold, oxygen-poor, acidic swamp that naturally tanned his skin, much like leather, preventing decay and even allowing the survival of his hair, beard, and eyelashes. His organs were also still intact, and scientists were able to examine the contents of his stomach, revealing his last meal, a simple porridge made of barley, flaxseed, and wild seeds with traces of fish. Not the most flashy of last meals, but offering an intimate glimpse into the diet of Iron Age people. Standing just 161 centimeters, roughly 5 foot 3 inches tall, he was about the average size for a man of this time. He was likely between 30 and 40 years old when he died. Tollund Man offers profound insight into the cultural and spiritual beliefs of his people, but not all bodies were found face down in a peat bog with a noose around their neck. Some were honoured in much more dignified burials, and perhaps one of the most respected burials and most well preserved ever found was a potential princess that was uncovered in permafrost. High in the Altai mountains of Siberia is where the frozen body of the Ice Maiden, also known as Ukok Princess, was found. Dating back roughly 2,500 years, this estimated 30-year-old high-status woman's body was preserved almost perfectly, with her whole body intact, thanks to permafrost. We can still see remarkable detail on her remains, skin, hair, and even her 2,500-year-old tattoos. Detailed, swirling designs inked deep into her flesh. These tattoos are some of the oldest, most elaborate body art ever found, hinting at the symbolic and spiritual significance they held in her society. Tattoos may have indicated her high status also, with potentially only high-status people in her culture being marked with these patterns, showing how important this woman was. This find gives us a glimpse into the life, culture, and rituals of the Pazyryk people, a group of people that lived in the Altai Mountains region of Central Asia from 2,600 to 2,100 years ago. They were a mysterious Scythian culture known for their intricate tattoos, horseback skills, and burial rites. She was clearly someone very well respected in their society. Buried with her were not only grave goods like clothing and jewellery, but also a horse and other animals which are also incredibly well preserved. potentially her favourite pets or animals she lived and grew up with, demonstrating the rich ritual burial practices of her people. While the exact cause of her death remains uncertain, some theories suggest she may have died due to complications from childbirth or illness, giving signs of stress on her bones and body. Others propose she could have been a high-status individual who died unexpectedly and was given an elaborate burial as part of the Pazyurek funeral rites. No clear evidence points to trauma or a violent death, so natural causes seem more likely. Her discovery has shed light on early nomadic cultures, showing us how people lived, died, and were honoured thousands of years ago. Ice Maiden was one of the most unique human bodies ever found, but it definitely wasn't the strangest human body ever found, as that title might have to go to a man's body that was found in the Otzi Alps in the 90s, and this body had so many question marks on it, it had scientists baffled for years, and is now considered to be the most studied human corpse in history. This is Otzi the Iceman, one of the oldest and best preserved natural human mummies ever found, dating back around 5,300 years, making him older than the Egyptian pyramids. Unlike the Ice Maiden, Otzi wasn't preserved by intentional burial by sheer luck. His body was frozen in deep glacial ice shortly after his death, protecting him remarkably well for thousands of years. He was around 45 years old when he died, an age that was considered quite old for his time. He was 5 foot 3 inches tall, which is about the average male height for this time period. His clothes, tools, and even his last meal were found with him, including ibex meat, incorn wheat, and even traces of fern, perhaps eaten for medicinal reasons or wrapped around food, giving scientists a window into the life of Copper Age humans. From his leggings made of domesticated goat leather, flint axe, and unfinished arrows to the fungus he carried for medicinal purposes, Otzi paints a vivid picture of survival in a harsh mountain environment thousands of years ago. His cause of death puzzled researchers for decades. Recent studies suggest he died violently. An arrowhead was found lodged in his shoulder, likely killing him quickly. This revelation turned Otzi from a simple frozen hunter into a dramatic figure caught in a prehistoric conflict. But even stranger, his body showed evidence of several tattoos, simple lines and crosses etched into his skin, possibly for therapeutic or ritualistic purposes. This makes Otzi one of the earliest known tattooed humans, changing our understanding of ancient body art. His incredible preservation and the wealth of information alongside him has made him one of the most studied ancient humans in history, teaching us volumes about early human technology, diet, health, and social life in Europe's prehistoric past. Long before the Egyptians perfected their embalming rituals, an ancient coastal society in South America was already practicing one of the oldest known forms of intentional mummification. This is the story of the Chinchorro culture, whose remarkable mummies date back as far as 7,000 years, making them the oldest deliberately preserved human remains ever found. Living alongside a harsh Pacific coast of what is now northern Chile and southern Peru, the Chinchorro were simple hunter-gatherers. They lived off of the sea's bounty: fish, shellfish, and sea mammals. Yet despite their Stone Age lifestyle, they developed astonishingly complex funeral practices. Archaeologists have uncovered over 280 mummies in this region, revealing a culture that honoured death with an almost unparalleled reverence. What makes the Chinchorro truly extraordinary is their multi-stage, painstaking mummification process. Early on, they removed the skin, organs, and muscles, dried and reassembled skeletons supported with sticks, and then coated the bodies in clay masks, sometimes even patching skin with sea lion hides. Their technique evolved over thousands of years, from the intricate black-style mummies to the simpler mud coat method, but always involved careful preparation and decoration. Unlike many ancient cultures that mummified only the elite, the Chinchorro treated everybody equally: men, women, and children, even unborn fetuses. Families themselves took part in crafting these mummies, making each a unique shrine and a testament to their deep spiritual connection with ancestors. Radiocarbon dating confirms the Chinchorro mummies predate Egyptian mummies by nearly 2,000 years. Their preservation gives us a rare glimpse into prehistoric social values, mortality rituals, and ancestral worship, long before writing, cities, or agriculture. Today, the Chinchorro mummies remain housed mostly in museums near their original resting places, though they face new threats from climate change and decay. Yet modern technology like CT scans allows scientists to study these ancient souls non-invasively, unraveling secrets hidden for thousands of years. The Chinchorro challenged everything we thought we knew about ancient civilizations. They reminded us that even the simplest societies can hold profound respect for life, death, and the legacy we leave behind. But deep in the arid high desert of Nevada, a remarkable discovery was made in 1940. A natural mummy that has since reshaped our understanding of early human presence in North America. Known as the Spirit Cave mummy, this astonishing find is potentially the oldest naturally preserved human mummy on the continent, dating back roughly 9,400 years. The mummy was uncovered by guano miners in Spirit Cave, a remote cavern filled with mineral-rich bat droppings. Wrapped in a mat of sagebrush and tall reeds, the body was found remarkably intact, a rare survival thanks to the cave's dry, cool environment that naturally mummified the remains without any deliberate human intervention. What makes the Spirit Cave mummy especially fascinating is not its age, but what it has revealed about early inhabitants of the region. DNA analysis conducted decades later shows genetic links to Native American groups, providing critical evidence that these ancient peoples were direct ancestors of many indigenous tribes living today. This helped confirm long-held theories about the migration and settlement of early humans across the Americas. The preservation of the mummy also gave scientists an unprecedented glimpse into the life and health of early hunter-gatherers. Despite the harsh desert surroundings, the individual's bones showed signs of a physically active life, with robust muscle attachments and evidence of nutritional stress, suggesting the challenges faced in a demanding environment. The discovery and study of the Spirit Cave mummy has been pivotal in piecing together North America's prehistoric puzzle, highlighting not just where early humans lived, but how they adapted and thrived. From the wrapping materials to the physical remains, everything about this ancient figure whispers stories of survival, migration, and the deep roots of human culture on this land.